Witness the mind-blowing speed of China's construction capability as they built 20,000 houses in just 3 days, shattering all expectations and leaving the world in awe. Imagine waking up one morning and discovering that an entire new housing development had been constructed overnight in your city. Not just a few houses, but 20,000 of them. It seems impossible, right? Well, not for China. In just 3 days, China built 20,000 houses in Africa, and the speed and scale of this construction project is truly mind-blowing. In this video, we'll take a closer look at how China is revolutionizing construction in Africa and what it means for the continent's future. The construction business is about to undergo a revolution because of China's amazing home construction technologies. Although it may seem impossible, China built 20,000 homes in Africa in just 3 days in November 2019. You might be skeptical and ask how it could possibly be accomplished, but China has created a special method for building buildings that enables the construction of an incredible number of homes in a short amount of time. This development in building technology might help stabilize the housing market. In reality, tens of thousands of Chinese citizens gather to celebrate this amazing accomplishment and watch the homeless find new homes as soon as possible. It is notable because South Africa has just started working on its biggest metropolitan project of such scale. This vast new city project, which would cover 497.2 hectares, will cost $300 million to build. Despite being acknowledged as having the world's best economy, South Africa is grappling with a severe housing shortage that has a significant negative impact on its economy. Many people in the area are amazed at how quickly China has constructed its infrastructure projects. But the truth is that Africa as a whole is pushing for urbanization because 472 million people already live in cities on the continent. Given that South Africa is the southernmost country in Africa and has a population of more than 60 million, the problem of insufficient housing there is particularly urgent. Given the already crowded character of the continent's cities and towns, it is essential that the housing shortage in South Africa be solved urgently to prevent severe economic repercussions. With the second largest economy in Africa, South Africa has made significant progress in raising its standard of living. However, there is still a sizable wealth inequality problem, and homelessness is still a huge problem. Despite the fact that 3 million homes have been built since 1994, 14% of the population still lives on the streets. This problem is especially urgent in Johannesburg, where 100,000 people relocate there each year, severely depleting the housing supply for workers in the country's richest province, Gauteng. Before proceeding further and analyzing the greatest ever miracle in the construction industry by China, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button below to stay tuned with the latest developments being made in the world in terms of massive and multi-billion-dollar projects. Now let's continue. South Africa, though, is not just standing by. To address this challenge, the nation has looked at cutting-edge options such as 3D printed residencies, which have drawn interest from around the world. Although the construction procedure for 3D printed homes is shorter, the price is too high for the majority of low-income families. To develop cheap homes and guarantee that low-income families can access them without paying rental fees, it is crucial to give conventional construction methods top priority. South Africa's decision to seek China's help in building affordable housing has resulted in a groundbreaking accomplishment. For the first time, a Chinese company has used prefabricated building techniques to construct affordable homes in South Africa. The goal is to build a total of 20,000 homes. The model home was erected in just 3 days in China, resulting in significant cost and time savings. The locals are ecstatic about this achievement and can't wait to see the interior of the model home. The 40-square-meter house has 2 bedrooms, a bathroom, and a living room. The home can also use solar energy to reduce electricity consumption. Despite its small size, the house provides comfortable living conditions for families. This initiative not only encourages environmental sustainability, but also helps address the housing crisis and poverty in South Africa. The partnership between South Africa and China to build affordable houses is truly remarkable. China's use of prefabricated construction enabled them to construct a model home in just 3 days, thanks to the prefabricated concrete wall panel structure system made at the Green Building Technology Park. This has greatly reduced construction time and costs. China has also shared important technologies and skills with South Africans, going beyond just building homes to address future housing difficulties. By hiring more local labor, China has contributed to the expansion of the local economy and building sector. with the South African economy expected to grow steadily as more job opportunities arise. China's commitment to offering support beyond surface-level buildings is commendable. Prefabricated construction is an affordable and eco-friendly solution to South Africa's housing shortage, and as more units are built, the gap between the wealthy and the poor will continue to close, enabling more families to live comfortably and with dignity. China's ND firm will invest $8 billion in a proposed metropolis covering more than 1,600 hectares of land in South Africa. The project, which will take 15 years to complete, aims to accommodate up to 100,000 people and includes residential neighborhoods alongside business districts and other amenities. China's experience in infrastructure development and participation in the BRICS and China-African Cooperation Forum are driving the two countries' improving relations. China is South Africa's top trading partner in Africa and globally, with investments in infrastructure, energy, mining, and building projects. While concerns exist regarding trade imbalance and domestic sectors, this effort is expected to strengthen bilateral relations for years to come. China has grown to be a key partner for African nations, and commerce is likely to continue despite reservations from some South Africans about the impact of China on their politics and economy. Angola, Nigeria, and Sudan are just a few of the 35 countries in Africa where China is now working on infrastructure projects. In particular, in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, China also has intentions for brand new international projects. The production of power and transport make up an equal portion of the African economy, with the ICT sector ranking third. Chinese construction companies are constructing highways, subways, skyscrapers, and entire cities in Africa. A think tank dedicated to building megacities, the Go West Project, has researched how China has impacted 7 significant African cities. Urban strategist Mikhail Hoshkov from the Netherlands and architect Dan Ragavin from Shanghai say, "We know the Chinese urban model, and we also know that China is trying to support that model to other areas of the world. Africa presents an exciting opportunity for China to export its urban model." Aside from physical infrastructure, China is also present in many African cities thanks to the availability of Chinese media channels and language institutions. Moreover, the Chinese government offers scholarships to African students who wish to study there, and Chinese goods, such as bicycles and cell phones, are readily accessible in African markets. 6 of the 50 industrial zones that were intended have already been created in Africa. However, development may not be as quick as in China's megacities. The continent's unique cultural and political landscape, however, present difficulties for developers in adapting. For Chinese companies looking to construct ventures in Africa, democratic systems and corruption present substantial obstacles. Furthermore, it is forbidden to violate legitimate property rights. Recent debate has focused heavily on the rise of Chinese influence in Africa. Hillary Clinton even referred to it as new colonialism. However, despite some criticisms about the pace and scope of Chinese influence, researchers who spoke with people across Africa found that the majority of them were optimistic about the advances. Over the past few years, China's influence in Africa has steadily increased, as both governmental and private organizations have increased their involvement in a range of industries. China can leverage its diplomatic ties to sway Africa's vote on contentious UN topics like Taiwan and the South China Sea by making use of its growing economic and political influence. But will China actually make money off of these investments? It is crucial to establish the veracity of the underlying assumptions. There are concerns that China may be using government-funded energy infrastructure projects to establish Chinese corporate dominance over African energy businesses, possibly at the expense of their African partners. Despite the fact that Chinese corporations' investments in the energy industry, particularly in Nigeria and Angola, may be attributed to commercial entities. A building project that benefits society as a whole rather than simply one industry is the Kenyan Railway project, though. The final say on whether Beijing's construction projects in Africa serve their interests or not rests with African nations. The outcome of this situation cannot be predicted, as Holshoff cautions, but it is an intriguing topic that should be treated with caution and a thorough examination of all the available information. As we wrap up today's video, what do you think about China's rapid construction of 20,000 houses in Africa in just 3 days? Is this a testament to China's impressive technological advancements, or is there more to the story? Share your thoughts in the comments section below, and keep connected with us as we will bring more interesting engineering marvels to you soon. See you on the next adventure.